Hey, hello everyone. How are you doing? How are you doing today? All right, let me go to here. Hey, what's up, Luke? Hey, Chandru. How you doing, boys? The Olus. How you doing? Hey, Diane. I'm not sure how to take that, Diane. Hi, Ale. Hi, Patrick. Hello, Muhammad. So, what do you prefer, Diane? Business, business casual, or my usual uh, trade from home outfit? Hello, Monette. Hello, Andy, Rael. How are you doing? All right, guys. Just a few seconds more. Let's see if more people joins while we talk about my outfit today. Hey, Chicken, Ferrari Bob. How you doing? I love this shirt. Thank you, Ale. uh, nah, I'm just kidding, Dian. I'm just kidding. it, I, I have a good reason. Let me tell you about it. Um, my kid in the middle. She's 11. She's on fifth grade, and she invited me to her elementary school for career day. So I was there to talk about everything that I do, and well, no surprises there. The kids, they were way more excited about the trading thing than my other businesses. so uh, so yeah, so that's why it's a different outfit today. I actually went to the street. It was weird to interact to other people. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Yeah, but I went to her school. That was an awesome experience. If you guys have been around, you know that I'm a family man. I'm everything I do, everything, all of my goals, everything around my life it's for my family, so I'm a family man. So today was my honor to go there and talk about what we do. So and again, um, no surprises. The kids, and they are all between, like 11 and 12 years old, and they were super excited about the trading thing. And some of them were like, oh, my dad is trading, but no, we don't talk about that at home because he's not doing good. And a few stories like that. So it was great. It was great. All right. Olus, Neto, I have been trying to reach you. How can I draw those color coded levels on TradingView? The tags. Well, if you're talking about these tags, look on the Discord for Mina. Mina have this tool. It draws these color tags, and it's a nice thing. I use it a lot. We have been talking about this a lot. These are my usual charts uh, with no tags, obviously, and only with lines and some areas or key levels here. So these are my usual charts. But for the intraday price action, I like to use this. These color tags, they are automatically drawn every morning with the pre-market high and low, the previous day high and low, the this week and previous week high and low, and the 1 minute and 5 minute opening range high and low. So look for Mina. Usually Mina joins this session, so probably if he's around, he will make sure to send you a DM. Uh, so look, that's cool. Hey, look, you are not that old, my friend. I mean, you were in fifth grade like that a few years ago. I'm sure you remember career day at school. Boyd sold my Palantir calls. It was a patience game today. Diane, thank you. Thank you for the wishes. My kids keep asking me how Bitcoin is doing. Yeah, I, I I can believe you, Ale. All right. So sorry for taking this too much of your time speaking about nothing. I just like to share with you guys. So okay, so uh, this is Apple. Well, if you are trading similar to what I do, and let's take a quick review of my process. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Chris, let me talk about that. My thought process is I usually like to wait at least 10 to 15 minutes uh, to see how the indices are gonna be. Like if we spend like 15 minutes inside of the 5 minute of opening range, I just close my computer and go. If we spend 15 minutes inside of the 5 minute opening range, it's gonna be a super boring day, choppy day, ranging day. So there's no way it's worth your energy or your effort. So I usually wait 10 to 15 minutes, and if I feel that there's some trend or direction on the indices, then I go look for the for the tech names, uh, that are moving on the same direction, and then after filtering for the ones that are moving on the same direction, then I go watch which ones are the ones with the relative strength or relative weakness, and then after that I go and see if they have similar key levels. For example, if an index already broke up the 5 minute opening range, and I'm expecting it for a pullback to, I don't know, pre-market high or the 5 minute opening range, and my name has a similar key level with a pullback, that's the name that I'm choosing. And also looking for, for objectives. So if I don't know, like for example here, when I watched that QQQ actually broke the 5 minute opening range and retested here, I was looking for a name that needed for this pullback to actually hit a key level. And then because I was expecting QQQ to go for this 512, and I don't have any other level for QQQ like close, right? But because I was waiting for example here, like on SPY, I had this 587.40 that was the pre-market high. So I had a clear objective here. So I'm looking for a name with a clear objective just like that. So that's kind of my thought process, Chris. I hope that this works for you. Um, you're welcome, Bob. Avoiding chop has been my biggest challenge. Yeah, remember, day trading is not trading every day, all right? Um, can you please talk about relative strength, how to identify? It's going to be easier, Sarah Bannon, if I share a video of the relative strength and relative weakness. But usually, I mean, this is the simplest way to explain. But if SPY, it's moving forward $1, relative strength will be a name that it's actually moving $2 for every $1 from SPY. And relative weakness, it's just the opposite. If the SPY is moving down $1, I'm looking for the one that it's actually moving $2. Or on that's the reference. Not exactly like that, but that's kind of the reference. So please tag me on the Discord community, and I will send you the. I will share with you this video about relative strength and relative weakness. Do you use log price to bar ratio or auto or anything? I don't know what's that. I'm sorry, but all right. So okay, so Apple started with this opening to the upside. It hit previous day high, and then it dropped from high of the day to low of the day. It created this 5 minute opening range, and it was completely opposite to what was happening on the indices. Can you see? So the indices started like really strong this morning. They started really strong this morning, and nothing was really clear on Apple until this. So when we clear this previous day close, this is the previous day close, 210.79, but this was also the 1 minute opening range. So we broke this, and let me, I'm gonna align the indices so you can actually see. Yeah. So when we broke these, we were still pumping on the indices. We were creating higher highs, and we actually were creating, yeah, like new high of the day. So on this break, I really like this break of the previous day close and the 1 minute opening range. And then we had this retest. I know this is not like very good displacement. However, can you see it's actually not touching the level. So when we came back, then retested the 1 minute opening range, this previous day close, and what was happening with the indices? Well, the indices, they were retesting that order block created on the previous high of the day. So I decided to wait for, I mean, I didn't take this trade, but I will decide to wait for the next candle. And when we have this kind of confirmation to the upside, I will open my position here. My risk will be the bottom of this retesting candle. So, or let's say this 1 minute opening range. And my target will be high of the day, right? High of the day was this 211.62, or and this was a 1 to 3 risk reward ratio trade. If you were looking for a 1 to 2, it was almost this 5 minute opening range high. So this was a super nice and easy trade here. However, let's say that you were looking for high of the day, you actually got it like right here. I'm gonna take this away. So if you took this trade, you trim here at the high of the day, then you were kind of scared about this drop. But look at the indices. Look at the indices here on this drop. What the indices were doing? Well, they were pulling back a little bit. They were pulling back a little bit, but if you were aware of context, I'm saying that. If you were aware of context, something like that. Okay, so here, if you were aware of context, you will see that QQQ was holding this order block. Also, SPY was holding this order block. Let's see, you got it, something like this. So it was holding the order block. So you should be on board for this trade. So it never closed below the stop loss level, and it was holding here nicely. It was holding the indices nicely. So maybe you got all this movement to the pre-market high, and if you got it like to the pre-market high, it was a 1 to 3.6 risk reward ratio trade. Hey Neto, I couldn't take that trade. It was too fast. It was I was distracted. I was looking at something else. What will be another nice entry here? Well, look, I'm gonna I'm gonna take this out, but you are taking notes from this, right? So the next opportunity will be here. Like it's holding this. Okay, well I missed this opportunity. Okay, well I missed this opportunity. So I got this retest, almost a retest of these same key levels. But we are also retesting this order block created here. And why this order block is more important than this one? Because here price actually moved to the downside. Here, can you see it's just a step here, but here the price actually moved to the downside. So this is a more reliable order block, let's say. If you need more information about order blocks, please tag me on Discord and I will share the videos that we have on order blocks. So we have this break and retest of this order block. We were holding nicely this order block. Indices were holding that order block here. So if you took another position here right above the order block and your risk was at the very low of this candle and you were aiming to this pre-market high, this was a 1 to 2.2 risk reward ratio trade, and this was the second opportunity here. So anyone took an Apple trade today? Let me go to the chat. I will admit I got scared there and decided to buy. Andy 1244. Okay, Andy 1244. This reclaim, wow. This 1244 is this one, this reclaim of the previous day high. Uh, I'm not gonna lie, I don't like it too much because we already swiped this liquidity here, and well, with this reclaim, I mean, yes, it's the thing. What was happening with the indices? 1244, 1244 here, 1244. Well, it's I don't know, my friend. I mean, I don't like it. First, I don't like the hour of the day, but I mean that if it worked, that was a nice one. Uh, Alex, you miss it. Boyd, Palantir, and Amazon reach Boyd. Oh, Andy reached pre-market high. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it worked nicely. Good. And look at this. Look at this. I mean, it actually worked really nice. Um, what is the best entry for Tesla today? I will talk about Tesla today. All right. So those were the two opportunities that I watched on Apple today inside of our trading hours. So hope you snag something from it, or if if you didn't, just I mean, I tried not to trade Apple. I don't trust Apple pretty much, but can you see? I mean, we like to actually watch it because every day it actually offers a few opportunities for entry. All right. So what happened to AMD? So AMD was moving similar to indices. Indices are hard. Indices are hard to compare today because they were just too high. So what we have here, it's a nice hold of the today's open. Uh, this is today. Yeah, this is today's open. It was 109.60. It was a nice hold of this. So we had this break and retest of the 1 minute opening range high and the pre-market high at 110. So if you were looking uh, for this retest on the pre-market high, what was happening? Guys, I'm gonna change this just for today. All right, it's gonna be easier to spot the same things on the indices. All right, just give me 1 second here. All right, so here. Sorry about that. I think I know it's easier to look on the other way, but today we had like this movement, so it's being hard to follow here. All right, so we had this break, nice displacement and retest of this pre-market high above the 1 minute opening range high. So after this one, two, third candle retesting this and holding the pre-market high, let's say that you opened your position here right above this previous candle and with this impulsive move here, you were looking at the indices because they were pushing up hard. So you opened your position here. What is your risk? Well, your risk, and this is something that I discussed with another member today. Your risk is not here. Your risk it's the actual candle that broke this level. So your risk should be something like this. And it made sense. It made sense if you are having this objective, like right here, high of the day, previous day high. I mean, even if you are here, previous day high, it's a 1 to 2.1 risk reward ratio trade. So this was a nice, and also remember this is like this is small, right? I mean, I have it here wide for easy to watch, but Dion, you had your stop loss on these weeks. Yeah. Well, even here, Dion, there was no candle closing below here. Look, even if you did this as the end, there's no candle closing below this stop loss level. So actually, you just panicked. You just panicked and sold. But can you see here, guys? I mean, even if you had this as your stop loss, there was no candle closure below this level. But anyway, I would like to have it like here because we had a good spread to the upside. All right, but if you had it like here, it was a 1 to 4 risk reward ratio trade just to this previous day high. And look what happened here. I know we had a lot of consolidation here, but look, I mean, indices were just chilling like right here. So this is the range. This is the consolidation on QQQ, and actually SPY was a little bit on a small downside here. Small downside here. Actually, yeah, after hitting pre-market high, SPY was looking weaker than QQQ. But anyways, so if you held through all of this consolidation, that actually I want you to look at this. I mean, depending on how you had your risk, if you had your risk just as the end, at the bottom of these weeks, I mean, the first high of the day was a 1 to 3 risk reward ratio trade. I mean, you could actually got a lot of your contracts here, and it was a nice trade. Just right here, it was a super nice trade. And if you manage to stay on this movement here, that was an amazing move. I mean, I don't know how much these contracts were, but I'm assuming like more than 50, 60%. All right. So anyone besides Diane took a different trade here on AMD? Rael, I took the same trade as well, but scale on the consolidation high. Yeah, and again, if you had your risk at the bottom of these weeks here, it was a 1 to 3 reward ratio trade. So nothing wrong with this. This was a very good trade. And remember, guys, being flexible and adapt your execution to what the price action is telling you. I mean, taking partials here, even when it's not high of the day, there's nothing wrong after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attempts of breaking this 5 minute opening range. There's nothing wrong if you took partials here. Why? Because you were being flexible and adaptable to your strategy. So there's nothing wrong on trimming here on consolidation because you were trying to avoid your triggers or whatever your reason was. I mean that there's nothing wrong with being flexible and adapt your execution to what you have here. Okay. Andy, I entered 9:39, exit 10:11, 9:39, like here, 10:11, like here. All right. Yeah. And you didn't scale anything here? 10, 11, 10, 11. Well, where they were dropping, my friend. I took 25% at 5 minute opening high. That was nice. But look at it. I mean, this is. I mean, here it's a drop, but the indices they only have like a small two red candles. Yeah, maybe you can uh, stay alert of your context here, Andy, and you could be stay on this. I mean, anyways, if you stay here, probably you got a lot of frustration after one, two, three, four, five attempts. But if you stayed all these, oof, this was a super nice trade, especially from where you took it. All right, so let's go to the next one. This is Amazon. Who was asking about Amazon? Boy, you traded Amazon today. All right, so this is what I see from Amazon. And I like to trade Amazon a lot. It's just today I didn't have conviction enough for this. So we opened strong here. We reclaimed this pre-market high. This 5 minute opening range was super high here. So I was expecting some sort of retest around here. Some retest around here, but it never came. So I draw this order block here, and the reason I'm using this candle is because this was the one that actually moved the price a little bit to the downside. So I draw this order block here, and I have, and I promise I watch it. I look at this candle here, and I was like, oh, what the indices are doing? They are holding pre-market high on QQQ. SPY is holding this small order block here, but for some reason I didn't take it. I didn't like it too much here. But if I will take it, I will say, okay, well, after this nice candle here with this long wick to the downside, I will open my position here. And that's the other thing that I didn't like. Here, it was very close to high of the day. This was very close to high of the day. So my risk will be at the very bottom of this retesting candle, and I was looking for 214.50. Yeah, 214.50. That was that's actually a super nice trade, right? I mean, if you were aiming to this 214, was almost a 1 to 2 risk reward ratio trade, and you actually got it like three candles later. But if you were looking this at least this 214.50, this was a 1 to 3.6 risk reward ratio trade. And if you took partials here and you managed to stay on this trade, you had a second chance to trim more here, and maybe you cut your trade on this way down, right? Like once you reclaim this 214. So talk to me, boys. What did you do with this Amazon thing? Alex, Amazon 948 order block retest was my 948 here. Yeah, well, it's kind of this same play, right? That was a nice one, Alex. And you trim at here at this level to 1450. Rael was waiting for that as well. Didn't take, yeah. I like, yeah, I really like Amazon when it comes back to pre-market high, 5 minute opening range, but I don't like too much, on these order blocks, especially because there was no strong displacement here. Ale took Amazon 1002, same trade as yours, Alex, struggling at 214, 1002, 1002. Well, that was a nice one. I mean, it's just something like this. Yeah, something like that, right, Ale? And well, this is actually a better trade. uh, Actually, I mean, again, this retest, yes, as you can see, there's some displacement here. Then this retest, and if you open your position here, it was a nice one. But this is actually a better a better entry here. And what were the what were the indices doing? QQQ, some baby consolidation here, and the same with SPY. So yeah, this was a better entry, Ale. Nice. Nice, it's working. Nice, it's working. All right, so that was Amazon for me. Let's go to Nvidia. Well, here in Nvidia, I found out two different opportunities, and I want to talk about them as separate trades. All right, so just give me 1 second to read this. That's a very nice question, Diane. Uh, Listen to this, guys. He says, for a small account, is it better to buy 10 from the cheaper contracts or several from the more expensive one? I am asking for better trade management. In my opinion, it's always better to have a fixed dollar amount for your trades. So if let's say, I mean, we're gonna just give examples, right? So we are trading Nvidia at this 130 level, right? All right, this is 130 level. So next strike here, it will be 132.50. Well, let's say 131. All right. So next strike for calls, it's 131, and this 131, it's I don't know, $1.50. All right, and you want to buy 500 dollars worth of options. So you will be able to buy three contracts. All right, so three contracts plus 150 plus 100, it's $450. All right, so in my opinion, that will be better than buying, I don't know, like 135 calls that are worth 25 cents. Why? Because we will need a strong move to the 133 maybe to actually start looking at some movement on the contract's value for the 135 calls. However, the 131, they will move quick because you are very close to be in the money, right? Or at the money. So my opinion, and that's always based on my personality and my experience and my style, I will buy less contracts closer to in the money or at the money than out of the money contracts just because they are cheaper. But that, again, that's me entirely. So look, by any chance, I just shared with someone on the Discord about why to buy the next one in the money. If you can look for it and just copy paste it here, that will be awesome. I think that will be a even better explanation. Uh, all right. Because the other thing that you need to consider, Dijan, is that if price starts moving against you, you are gonna be cooked, right? You're gonna be cooked because if you are far in the money, far out of the money, your contracts will decrease on value like really fast because it's actually moving to the other side. But if you are closing to at the money or in the money, I mean, you are still close to the trading price. So, I mean, the value is not going to decrease that fast. Um, yeah, okay. That's exactly the one. Thank you, Luke. Thank you. All right, so let's get started with Nvidia. So I was looking at this order block in confluence with this 5 minute opening range. So we had this break, displacement, and retest of this order block. Again, I don't like too much these kind of order blocks, right? But I'm just pointing these out for you to actually look at them. And something relevant here is that I actually have an objective for this. So this white box, let me show you this white box on the daily. This white box has been a strong multiple touches area here. Can you see uh, support, resistance, resistance, support, resistance, support? So this area for me was extremely important to notice. Why? Because here we have strong movements to the upside, but when we cross over these, we have had strong movements to the downside. Can you see here? It's is it clear here how this area is working and how this 130 key level has been like multiple touches also. So my idea here was if this continues to the upside, at least it's gonna hit this area here. So what I did was the risk at the bottom of this order block here, and my objective was at the bottom of this area here. What happened here? Yes, we had a baby reaction here, but with the push of the indices, we actually went all the way up until we actually crossed this area here. So if you took this Nvidia trade right here and you actually held all this way to 128.74, this was a 1 to 5 and something risk reward ratio trade. But if you were just aiming here to the bottom of this area here, it was a 1 to 2.2 risk reward ratio trade. Both of them, they were really good. And actually, if you were just like, okay, well, I'm not cutting these, let's see how price action goes. Probably you started cutting like, okay, well, this candle is I don't know, like it's around 128. So let's say here 128. Okay, so 128, we had some reaction here. Well, let me cut my trade here. If you cut your trade here, it was a 1 to 3.77 risk reward ratio trade. And maybe you say, oh, well, let me just cut half of it or like 20% of it. Let's see if we can hold runners here. Well, if you held runners to the other edge of this area, it was a 1 to 5 point something. If you held to this 130 key level multiple touches on the daily chart, this was a 1 to 8 risk reward ratio trade. So this was awesome. This was an awesome trade. But even if you just got it to here, a 1 to 2 risk reward ratio trade, that was a super nice trade. Okay. What was the one? Alex, I feel happy. My levels now are almost identical as yours. Yeah, well, I mean, it's not secret stuff that I do. Highs and lows on the daily and pivot key levels on the 15-minute chart. That's all. I mean, and they are like really obvious. So not trying to do something like uh, dark thing or just obvious key levels. How much of the trade will be the runner be? I mean, if you have a day like this on the indices, I will say like you should stick to 40% or something like that. I mean, if you had this strong movement on the indices, you should be trusting that your name will be, that's why I like to trade. That's why I like to trade tech names on the same direction than the indices, because if the indices are strong, usually they just drag everything with them. Okay, so what was the other opportunity that I saw here? Okay, so this was kind of the first red candle on the way up after this 5 minute opening range. So why this order block will be stronger than the others? Because here the price actually moved to the downside. Can you see? Price actually moved to the downside. So I draw this order block here, and I will say, well, what happened if it breaks and retest? So what was going on both indices? Well, can you see, guys? They were actually retesting a very similar order block, both indices. So I know this is not a retest on the order block. I know this is not even touching on the order block, but can you see the market structure here? It's actually having kind of the same thing here. So after this candle, second touch of the order block, and the index is actually going up again, I will open a position here, because also I know that this area here, it's a multiple touch, and if we are on the upper half of this area, I will probably go out of it and have reaction. I mean, if I will have some reaction out of this area, just as we had here. So I was saying, okay, well, my risk will be this bottom of this order block. And what happens? Let's look for 129. Yeah, 129. It's almost a 1 to 2 risk reward ratio trade. So your first target here will be the next strike, right? Nvidia, it's actually strike one by one. So your next target here will be 129, and maybe the next one will be 130, just as it hit here. So if you were having this wide risk, because you can actually have this just just as your risk, right? Like, okay, like the wick that actually retested. But let's assume that you had it here at the bottom of this order block. So this was to 130. This was a 1 to almost 4 risk reward ratio trade, and you actually got more than that after the first. I mean, all this squeeze was all the way to 130.50 actually, like here. So if you got it like this, it was a 1 to 5 risk reward ratio trade. So this was an awesome second opportunity here. And also, well, this is later. This is later in the day. Okay, this is later in the day. But if you had something like this, any of them, they were amazing trades. So who got something from the Nvidia today? Let me go to the chat. I feel better. The bottom of that white box was near my first taking profit spot for this trade. Yeah, that's good, Michael. All right. So some of you had Nvidia. That's very nice. I mean, we are for real, guys. I'm very glad that every day, as you can see, we have more and more people like, oh, I took that trade by myself. I took that level by myself. I cut my trade on that level that you had. So we are getting to the point of everyone being consistent and hopefully uh, profitable. But see, I mean, we are trying to spot all of our entry opportunities. And once we have here this long short position tool, I try to explain how I will manage my trade, but it's always easier if you are doing this in correlation with the indexes. All right. Uh, chicken chicken sandwich. Ah, now I got now I got your name. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right, chicken sandwich. All right. Yeah. Let me tell. Well, I'm gonna share something about my family. They love Chick-fil-A. They love Chick-fil-A, and when we are goofing about going to Chick-fil-A, they say like, "Hey, Dad, take me to Chickenauga," and just what? Chickenauga, because we want Chickenauga, chicken nuggets, right? So it's kind of the same thing. All right. Okay, well, sorry about that. As I said, I'm a family guy, so even my jokes are family level. All right, lad. Sorry that I may have missed it, but what were your triggers to enter Nvidia at first? Okay, okay. My here it's this order block here, lad. I'm not sure if you can see this white box here. So here we have this order block. It's the this candle here. It's actually kind of moving a little bit this this the price, and we got this retest here, right here, and look at the price action on both indices. So I actually got this circle here because I knew that you I mean not you but that you guys will specifically ask about it. But look at the reaction here. We were holding this pre-market high here, and look at these candles. I like these candles here. I like these candles here because this super long wick to the downside are buyers stepping in right here, and this was the exact same candle than this. So this is not super long wick to the downside, but we have good reaction here right at the top of our order block here. So the next candle, I will open my position right above this body. And what was happening with the indices? Well, they were actually launching, right? They both got nice green candles. They were struggling a bit to actually uh, launch from this key level, but look what happened here. I mean, we had this impulsive candle here, and then it consolidated, but above the previous high of the day, right? So this was a nice. That these all were my triggers here. So this break and retest of this order block here above the 5 minute opening range, it opened strong. It opened strong with huge momentum on the pre-market. Opened strong. This order block was the very first pullback, real pullback here, and the indices were also having this pullback. So those were all of the triggers for me to say this will be a nice trade. Uh, Hi Neto, I need help in understanding the trend. Can we have one-on-one? I don't do one-on-ones, Kandari, but I mean any and all of your questions can be uh, answered like here. If you have any question, just as I mean, we have been replying to questions on this chat, so don't be shy. Share your questions here. There's no dumb questions here. It's everything is for learn, and even if I mean I always reply to most of the questions, but even if I don't do it, uh, your peers and the moderators that help me here, they all are super nice and they all have most of the answers that I will give you. So don't be shy. Ask here or on the Discord, and I will always reply. Right. Okay. So let's go to the next one. Tesla. Tesla, guys. Watch out with Tesla. I mean, I know we already had a huge move to the upside, and what is happening after a nice move? What this is a question for you. Please type your answer on the chat. What can be expected after a big move in the market? Consolidation. I mean, it could be some retracement. Yes, sell off. Come on, bears, go out of your caves. No, I mean, obviously we can have some reversals, of course, but usually after a big move, we have some consolidation. So we have consolidation. So if you are looking at this chart, we already had we already had this move to the upside, guys. I mean, this gap up. I mean, let's go from Tuesday, May the 6th. Consolidation. Well, actually, there was a lot of consolidation. Look here. I mean, this is Tesla. It's always a good example for this. Consolidation, move up, consolidation, move up. So what is expected here? Well, it will be expected to have some consolidation, but I mean, Tesla listens to anyone. Look what it did today. It went from 220 to 338. But again, after this move to the upside, what will be expecting? Some sort of consolidation for a few days and then another leg to the upside, right? Next key level support. What do you have, guys, for Tesla? I have these key levels. I mean, my next key level is this 342.40. That's the high from February the 24th. And then I have this area here around 355, 350, 357. And can you see here? I mean, this was the last point of the drop. So watch out on the next days if you are waiting for this move to the upside. Just make sure that you are aware of this area here. This was the last point before this huge drop. Look at this. February the 20th. Huge drop from there. 214 was the lowest. And then the move back. But I just want you to be aware of this area here. Okay? Okay. So for Tesla today, oof. For Tesla today, the only thing that I was looking at was this break and retest of the 1 minute opening range. But again, I even wasn't so sure about this because after the strong move to the upside from the indices, Tesla was just chilling here, right? Like between these 318.50, 320.50. So finally here it has this huge move to the upside, and this is like if you are a pattern trader, this is the a bull flag, right? So we have a bull flag here. So after it reclaims this 1 minute opening range, I will open this position here. My risk will be the bottom of these wicks here. This is the 1 minute opening range, and this is the opening price. This 320 is the opening price. So after having this, I will open the position here right at the 1 minute opening range. My risk will be the bottom of these wicks, and I will be aiming to the pre-market high. So the pre-market high was a 1 to 2.8 risk reward ratio trade, and we were lucky to have it like right here, like 5 minutes or 6 minutes later. But look at the price action here. After this strong move to the upside and holding this pre-market high, you should be raising your aim to the next key level. Your next key level was 328, 324.68. And where is this level coming from? Well, this level is coming from multiple touches on the daily chart. Can you see here? This was multiple touches on the daily chart, and actually, if you go years back, this actually comes from here. I think, yeah, like something like this. So this was a very important key level, 324.68. So you had this new key level as your target. Well, this was a 1 to 5.6 risk reward ratio trade. And look at this huge, strong momentum here. So this could be easily a 1 to 5 risk reward ratio trade. And then it went all the way down, so probably you close your trade around here or maybe here. And this was, I don't know what actually triggered this move, but I mean, Tesla never needs anything to just wake up, right? um, Kandadi, I lost 3K today on Meta. Let's go to Meta. I was on put position. Dude, there's nothing to be on puts today. I saw that, but no displacement for me. Yeah, again, this is not too much of a displacement, but after looking at this strong move on the indices, this is strong move in the indices. This could be, I mean, you won't need like too much of confluences here. Monet, I took Tesla 5 minute opening range high 957. Let me 957. Yeah, well, the thing here, Monet, is I mean, I'm super glad this actually worked, but can you see there's no displacement here? Yes, it breaks and then retest. Then this is the immediate retest, right? This is the immediate retest. Uh, but I like it because, as we said, this was a bull flag. So once we broke this, this is actually just a retest of the key level, but and it went higher. So that was a nice trade. But what I don't like is this you know, like this immediate retest. Um, that candle, it's a change of character. Yes. Yeah. Well, yeah. Actually, this candle is a change of character. This 950 candle is a change of character because it's actually closing above this previous lower high. So yes, this is a change of character. News: Tesla is in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, that he's giving electric camels to these guys. He was showing. No, he was showing the robot, right? It's amazing. Technology is amazing. I'm just amazed about technology, and especially these the Elon Musk companies. You know, I'm not a big fan of Elon. I like his leadership, and I like some of his stuff, but I like a lot his companies. So this the robot company, oof, it's doing amazing things. What do you think of 1030 Tesla? 10 1013, I'm sorry. 1013. 1013. This is a nice entry here. 1013, maybe your risk was at the bottom of this week and you were aiming, well, just to this key level, it's a 1 to 3 risk reward ratio trade. That was nice. The thing is, I'm not sure if you were aiming to something like this, Ale, but if you did, if you were, this was a super nice trade. But I will expect something like this, right? Like going all the way up to this. And the reason I'm saying this is a nice entry here, it's because you can see we are having a breakout on SPY and on QQQ. So this is pushing this name higher, right? You were aiming high of the day, yeah, like this, or at least at the bodies, right? You didn't have it here. However, this was a nice trade. I mean, if you were having your risk reward tool here, here just here it was a 1 to 3 risk reward ratio trade. So I hope that you took something here. Aiming high of the day, close broke even. Yeah, that was nice. Uh, okay, LQ snake from 11 to stop out 4 times. Oh, sorry, 12:15. 12:30. Yeah, anywhere here, and you had all these, right? That was a nice one. 9:50. Ah, the change of character. All right. Dian take 10:25. 10:25 here from this previous day high. What was going on the indices? Well, the indices were consolidating right here. So, did you trim something here, Dian, or you just close on break even or in a loss here? Okay. Gabo, I took Nvidia at 9:43. Yeah, I close Dian. I close in a small lot. Yeah, I mean I understand what you were trying to do here, but yeah, it didn't have continuation here. So what you need to be aware from here, it's I mean you are well this is too long, but you are lower highs, right? So if here if here is not actually reclaiming these levels here, you should be cutting your trade like on this one. Like you should not wait for for the actual stop loss level because this, I mean, you already swipe this liquidity here. So if you are struggling to break this level, it's going to be lower looking for the liquidity because here it's not anymore. Okay, and I'm not sure if you follow me with this, but the easiest way to look at this is you know lower highs. So if here it didn't reclaim this level, at least this level here, it's gonna go lower and then it can bounce, but from here it's gonna look for liquidity on the other side. All right. Okay, this was my trade. Neto, why are you trading Microsoft? Well, for me, it was the clearer this morning. So I like it. I like it here. So Ale, don't don't get me. Don't get too hard with me. I draw this order block here. I draw this order block here. And I was liking this break, displacement and retest here on this 448. It was above the 5 minute opening range, above the opening price, and the indices were pushing nicely. And this, look at this. This was looking a lot as the indices right here. Can you see? Can you see the how, how they look right here? Let's imagine that you are just looking this thing here. Can you see how similar are they between Microsoft and the indices here? That was the one thing that I was looking for. So I was waiting for the indices to show me a direction or a trend. So I already got it here. After these candles here, I really love it, and I knew it that it was gonna go higher. So after here, I say, okay, well, now we are going higher. Let's look for the name that it's moving actually similar to the indices. And if you go back to your watch list, you will see that I was actually I was actually okay. I was actually looking to Amazon for a pullback, but I didn't have that pullback. But here I had this pullback on Microsoft. It was looking very similar to the indices, and I said, well, Microsoft will be today. So I took my trade right here, right above this previous candle body. So like right here, and my risk was at the bottom of these candles here, right at the bottom of these candles here, oh, like this, or even at the bottom of this, even at the bottom of this order block. Well, my order block was something like this, so my risk was right here, and my I was aiming to this 450. This 450 key level has been well, it's very important. So here it was pre-market high. First, it was pre-market high. Second, it's a round number, psych number, strike. So I was aiming to here. So my first stream was here, very close to this 450 key level, but above this previous day high. Above this previous day high. And then we had this retracement here. Here, I only got like 40 contracts. Yeah, I only got like 40 contracts, and here I trimmed 10 of them. And then I had this pullback, and when it reclaimed this and actually hit 450, I took 15 more contracts here. And then we had this pullback again, but it held previous day high. And let me show you what the indices were doing here. This is when I lost. This is when I lost like too much of the faith here, because the indices were pumping and pumping and pumping and pumping, but here it got stuck here on this 450, 449, 450 key level here. So I tried to trim most of my position here. So right here I only had like 10 more contracts. So on this rejection of 450, I sold 5 more, and my last 5 contracts were here. They were break even. A little, yeah, something like this. Like I mean, they were break even or negative 2% or something like that for the last 5 contracts here. So that was my reasoning on this Microsoft trade. So it was having the very same structure than the indices, as you can see here, and it was holding the 5-minute opening range. It was holding the opening price, and it was moving very similar to the indices. So this was my first Microsoft trade for, I think, of the year. Last year I was trading a lot of Microsoft, but I'm pretty sure this is my first Microsoft trade of the year, and it went good. So that was a that was a nice one. Um, Rael, 1007 previous day high, 1007. This is previous day high. What was happening on the indices? Well, this looks good. This looks good. The I mean the thing is that it didn't work, right? But 1007, let's say like this, and you were having previous day close as your risk, and you were aiming to high of the day. This was a 1 to 2.6 risk reward ratio trade. for 50-50 was a 1 to 2.2. So if you were quick on your trigger and you trimmed your trade here, you could actually make some money because we had this pullback. This was a deeper pullback here. Um, I mean, I don't like it too much, but no, well, you know what? I like it. I like it. I really like it because it's a strong break, displacement, and then this retest of the previous day high. And the indices were pushing. They were pushing a lot. The thing is that after this move on the indices, I was afraid that I mean they just ran out of fuel, but no, they kept pushing. They kept pushing a lot. So here, right here, it was the middle of the way for the indices, right? Like this one, this 1007. So yeah, they were pushing higher. They were pushing higher. So yeah, this was a nice entry. This was a nice entry. Maybe it just yeah, you should be really quick to take profits here or after looking at these rejections. One rejection, two rejection, maybe you cut your trade like here, break even. You don't wait all the way down for your stop loss here. Uh, LQ Snake traded 2 times, Microsoft lost 3 times, no luck yet. Are you trading options or you're trading stocks? LQ Snake. Uh, uh, uh. Options. Well, that's a lot of trades for options, and that's a lot of trades on the same ticker for options. So maybe I will be more selective for your entries. Not on the same day. Okay, yeah, okay, okay, okay. Can you review Amazon? Well, any is there any question for these Microsoft entries? Anyone took Amazon Microsoft today? No. Okay, let me go to Amazon again. What was the question, Ale? 1022. 1022. Well, that's actually a nice retest here. It was holding order blocks on both indices. It's just, you know what? I was out of levels here. I don't know, like I wouldn't take this. Let's say you took this, something like this, right? Your risk was, let's say, at the bottom of this candle that was the one that broke, and you were aiming for high of the day. Well, this is a 1 to 2.5. It is. So yeah, I mean, Ale, again, the thing is that I don't like to just look for the okay, well, my risk is too slow, and I have a good entry here, but I like to watch for better trades or bigger trades. But yes, I mean, in our playbook, this actually worked. This actually worked, and in the context of the indices, they were holding well the order blocks there. And here we had good reaction to this 214 uh, key level on the daily chart. So yes, I mean I will consider this a good one, Ale. Elkut, what would you do better for Microsoft? For my trade, for my trade, Elkut, like here, you know, um, what I will do different for my trade. Um, I don't know. Maybe these last five contracts here. Uh, maybe I should just solve them like around here. The thing is that this candle was too fast. I mean, this candle was non-stop to all the way here. So I I I didn't have time to think about it. So I just sold them like here, break even. Uh, but this always happen when you know on hindsight. But again, as you can see here, it was this is high of the day, then it's a lower high, then it's another lower high on 450. So maybe after this rejection, this is strong rejection here, I should solve around here. But again, I was actually planning on selling on this candle, but it just went too fast. So I don't know if I will try to do something better next time. I will say, okay, well, if I touch this level, I'm out. But I always try to do like, okay, so candle closure. If my candle closes below or above this number, I'm gonna take it. And this one, I mean, that's exactly what happens here. But so I will. What can I will do better? Maybe not, I don't know, like selling faster here. But for being honest, I mean, this was kind of inside of my plan. I mean, I don't sell until the candle closure, and I mean, it was just unfortunate that it actually closed too deep on the chart. But I mean, I have days when this just goes back and actually closes above, right? So I don't know. I see you scale 5 times. Yeah, I scale 5 times. These two last contracts were uh, very small positions, very small part of my position. Google Trade. Uh, uh, um, 10:04 candle, 10:04 candle here, and what you were looking here. What you were looking here? Chicken sandwich. What was your thesis? Because let EMA be well. I don't even have them here on my chart, so not sure how I can help. And what I said before is that well, first Google is still struggling after this lawsuit news from Apple. I don't even remember if it was this week or past week, but it dropped. It dropped last week or this week, and it. I think it's consolidating until they have like more information about the lawsuit, and then it's gonna move again. So if the lawsuit has legs, probably it's gonna go lower. But if it's I mean if it's not a risk, it's gonna be higher at least to the last price, right? Yeah, AI on Safari. Yeah. Okay. So here, so what I don't like to do is to use the lows of the ranges, like here the 1 minute or the 5 minute opening range, or the pre-market low, previous day low, as a step for for the bounce. This is more like reversal trades, and I like continuations. So I don't have too much to say about this. This is completely out of my playbook. Uh, but I can see what you did. I mean, once it reclaimed here, 10, you said 10:05, 10:04. Yeah. Once it reclaimed this 5 minute opening range, you were expecting to be at least to the other side of the range, and it actually did. So where did you exit at? Like previous day high or any place here, right? I mean, if there was no drawdown here, so after this 10:04 candle, this was a nice move to the upside. And where is it now? Well, it's 161. Well, it looks like it's actually recovering. Let's see. Let's see what's happened. All right, guys. I need to go. I need to pick up my kids at school. So thank you very much for joining. If you want me to review a chart for the next sessions, please send me a DM or send me a message before the session so I can prepare something for you guys. I mean, or if we are just looking to these intraday key levels, that's fine. But I would like to have, I don't know, at least the daily chart key levels maybe. So just give me some time to prepare something, and I provide more value or more information to you. All right. So thank you very much, guys. Remember, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Bye bye.